Zdravo svima! It was about time I made another video. Thank you for inspiring me with your comments to resume this activity. I'm going to talk about the dative, a rather useful grammatical case. The name dative comes from Latin dare, meaning to give. You might recognize that in some Roman languages the verb to give sounds similar to this. This is the case even for Serbian. In Serbian, to give is dati, dati. So it shouldn't be a problem to memorize what dative is all about. Let's take the sentence Daj mi olovku, molim te. It means give me the pencil, please. Daj is the imperative form of dati. It's a request. Daj mi olovku, give me the pencil. The part that's in dative here is mi. So not the person who's giving, nor the object that's being given. It's the person to whom something is being given that's in dative. In the sentence, Maja mi je dala odličnu knjigu. Maja gave me an excellent book. Maja is in nominative. The book is in accusative, and to me is the dative part. The dative is what you get in response to the question, to whom? In case you don't recognize this, je dala, it's the past tense of dati, to give. So she gave me. Because she is female, you use dala. But if it's a male, it's going to be plus dao. On mi je dao. Dao sounds like that Chinese philosophy of Taoism. So maybe it's a useful mnemonic if you could imagine a Chinese man giving a book to someone in a very respectful and zen manner. On mi je dao knjigu. The plural male form is dali. Oni su mi dali knjigu. And the female plural is dale. One su mi dale knjigu. There are, of course, more verbs that go well with the dative. An obvious one is pokloniti. Pokloniti. It also means to give, but it stresses that it's given as a gift. There's a noun with the same root, poklon, meaning a gift. Miloš mi je poklonio narukvicu. Again, there is mi, to me. Miloš gave me a bracelet. Here's another imperative. Pokloni mi nešto. Give me something. It's a request. Give me something. Pokloni mi nešto. Another useful verb is doneti, to bring. Doneti. Ana mi je donela cveće. Anna brought me flowers. Donesi mi čašu vode. Bring me a glass of water. An imperative again. Since you'll use personal pronouns in dative often, let's go through them right away. In this table, you see personal pronouns in the dative. It has two major columns. One for pronouns in singular, that's I, you, he, she, it, and the other one for pronouns in plural, we, you, they. But you'll notice that each of these columns is split into two, because all of the pronouns have their full and abbreviated forms. The pronoun in dative we used in previous sentences, mi, to me, was actually abbreviated. The full form is meni, meni. But as usual, you use the full form only if you wish to stress the pronoun. Like, give it to me, daj to meni. Give it to me, not someone else. Daj to meni. Similarly, full form of to you is tebi, tebi, and the short one is ti, daću ti. I will give it to you. To him is njemu, or short mu. To her is njoj, or joj. Daj joj to. Give it to her. To it is the same as to him, njemu, or mu. On to plural. To us is nama, or nam. To you all, vama, or vam. And to them is njima, or im. Sve ću im dati. I'll give it all to them. In all the examples we've seen so far, the pronouns in the dative served the purpose of an indirect object. A direct object comes in accusative, something or someone that is obviously the object of an action, whereas an indirect object can be in other grammatical cases, like the dative. In our examples with giving, dao mi je knjigu, the indirect object is the recipient of the direct object. But the dative doesn't have to involve giving. There are other ways that you could make an indirect object. Take, for example, to help someone, pomoći nekome. That someone is the indirect object of the sentence. Pomozi mi, molim te. Help me, please. Mi is the dative again, and the indirect object of this sentence, the potential recipient of help. Dejan mi je pomogao da uradim domaći. Dejan helped me to do my homework. Now, you could also put nouns in the dative, not just pronouns. Pomogao sam ocu da popravi kola. I helped father fix the car. But how do we put nouns in dative? Which suffix do we add to the noun? So this depends on the gender of the noun. For the majority of masculine nouns, that's nouns that don't end with an A, like pevač, singer, you add u, pevaču, to the singer. Or in plural, pevačima, you add ima. For feminine nouns, you have a large group of nouns that do end with A in the feminine group, like sestra, sister. They get the suffix I, sestri. Or in plural, amma, sestrama, two sisters. And nouns that don't end with A get twisted a little bit. It's still I in singular, but it's ima in plural, like stvar, a thing, stvari, singular, and stvarima, plural. Neutral nouns mostly get the addition of u in singular and ima in plural, like selo, that's village, selu, singular, and selima, plural. There are some exceptions here, like there's the example of ime, name. Singular dative would be imenu, so you still add u, but something else happens. You get the addition of n, imenu. And in plural, this will be imenima. So you add ima, but also a phantom n in the middle. There's one nuisance about all these suffixes that begin with I. That's I. Namely, when you add such a suffix that begins with I, the last letter of the root of the word that you're adding it to changes. and it changes in the following manner. If the last letter of the word is K, it becomes C. If it's a G, it becomes Z. If it's H, it becomes S. This is something we call sibillarization, and in Serbian we say shortly KGH turns into CZS. KGH u CZS. We've already seen this when making plural of some nouns, like dečak, that's boy, and plural it becomes dečaci. So in dative, two boys is dečacima, not dečakima. But it happens also in singular. Take, for example, majka, mother. To mother is majci, not majki. Now there's knjiga, so the end of the root of the noun is g, and it turns into z when you add the I to make a dative. So knjiga, knjizi. Orah, that's a nut, a walnut, turns into orasi in plural, and orasima, plural dative. Orah, orasima. Okay, so we've seen the dative serving the purpose of an indirect object. What more purposes can the dative have? One of them is to signify direction, and it goes with the preposition ka or prema, meaning towards. Idemo ka selu. We're going towards the village. Selu is the dative here, the thing that you're going towards. That comes after ka or prema. Idemo ka selu. Here's another one. Okreni se prema meni. Turn towards me. There's meni being in dative. Okreni se prema meni. Uprkos means in spite of, despite. When you say uprkos nečemu, in spite of something, that something is going to be in dative. Izašla je napolje uprkos zabrani. She went out in spite of the ban. Another purpose that the dative can serve is assuming the role of a logical subject of the sentence. Now, a regular subject of the sentence comes in nominative and is the clear performer of an action. And a logical subject does not come in nominative, and it's not so clear, at least in Serbian, that it's the one that's the main actor in the sentence. Now, this could sound a little unintuitive, at least to native English speakers, because a sentence like Maria is cold. Here you can obviously see that Maria is the subject of the sentence, but in Serbian, Maria is not going to be in nominative, it's going to be in dative. Mariji je hladno. So it's cold to her. Similarly, spava mi se or meni se spava means I am sleepy. Literally, it means it is sleepy to me. Here's a cute use of the dative, the so-called ethical dative. We say etički dativ. It's conversational and usually uses pronouns rather than nouns. It has no actual purpose in the sentence other than to convey closeness and affection. The semantics of the sentence would be pretty much the same without it. Let me illustrate what I mean. To ask, how are you? You can say, kako si. But then you add mi at the end, me as in to me, and you get kako si mi. And now the sentence means the same, how are you, but it shows affection, as it literally means how are you to me. Another one, kako si mi lepa, how pretty you are to me. You could have just as well said kako si lepa, but this is more personal. Došla sam ti u Beograd. I came to Belgrade, but literally, I came to Belgrade to you. In the end, my daughter insisted that she make some examples for you. Here's one.
Istopi mi se sladoled.
This means my ice cream has just melted. Istopiti se means to melt. There are two things that you can notice about this verb. The first one is it's reflexive, and the second one is in this sentence it came in aorist. If you remember, aorist is a tense that signifies something that has just happened. So the ice cream has just melted. But more than that, in this sentence, the melting of the ice cream was so recent that it's practically still melting. It's like a prompt for you to eat it sooner because otherwise it's gonna melt completely. You try this one. How do you say, Mom, make me a cake? For cake, you could use kolač, that's like a smaller cake or a cookie. Or you could use torta, that's a full-on cake, like a birthday cake. To make is napraviti. So, Mom, make me a cake.
Mama, napravi mi kolač.
That's all, folks. I hope I managed to present everything clearly, but if something is still not clear, you can ask me in the comments. I tend to answer them. Do widzenia!